Good afternoon, folks. I am Dr. Charles Freeman, and I am traveling today in Fresno, California. I wanted to share some thoughts with you regarding business. Up till now, I've talked about how to improve your business, right? All the different tools and techniques to do that. Today's video, I'm introducing a new theme, and that's how to get your business started as an entrepreneur. So it should come as no surprise to you, no shock whatsoever, that I'm going to suggest that the first thing you should do when starting a business is to develop your plan. So the business plan, central to everything in the academic world when we're talking about getting your business started. I'm going to talk about it from the practical standpoint, the hands-on application, what I've seen in the field using a business plan. What is a business plan? I'm going to give you a resource first, right? I want to talk to you about this so I don't forget this. Go to the SBA.gov website. I'm going to have the link down below. And this is the Small Business Administration. They have some fantastic tools for small businesses, including guidance, direction, tutorials on how to write a business plan, all the components that go into it, and how you can be successful when writing that plan. So again, I said no surprise here, right, that I suggest your plan coming first. You go back to improving your businesses in the Deming cycle, we had 4 steps. Plan, do, study, act. It's right there, the very first step, plan. Right? DMAIC on Six Sigma, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Well, that's a process to improve a process. The improvement is the 4th step. That means those first 3, define, measure, and analyze, that's the plan phase. Right? So planning, critically important to getting your thoughts around before those actions take place. I think you can solve problems even before they happen if you put the time, effort, and energy into the plan to identify those before they happen. I'm going to talk about 3 uses for your business plan. The first one being a roadmap for your business. The second, identifying gaps in your own personal development, your own personal needs to get this company off the ground. The third is getting funding for your business. All right, so now we've got 3 components to why you're using or why you're developing a business plan. That roadmap. I have used business plans to guide me in terms of what I wanted to do next. What were my goals? What was the vision of what I was trying to accomplish? So taking the time to sit down and jot down my thoughts, it was a lot different than keeping all of those thoughts inside my head. That leads to the next benefit of writing the business plan. As I started writing them down, I identified gaps in my own personal abilities that would keep me from growing this business to the direction and the size that I wanted it to. I found out that I am exceptionally good at operations, accounting, identifying costs and projecting revenues. I thought those are my strengths. Where I fell short was in the marketing section. How do I take this product, this service that I'm developing, and get it to the right people? I honestly didn't know how to accomplish that. And so I looked for people to join my team who could help me with that marketing push. Again, the benefit for me was in writing down my plan, I identified by looking at it holistically where I was strong and where I needed some help. The third use of this business plan is getting funding. Right? Some of your businesses that you're going to get started with, you might need a loan. Right? You're going to go to your bank and you're going to say, hey, I've just created the perfect cupcake recipe, or I have a great idea for a new restaurant, or I've created the best widget ever. Regardless, just by saying that you've done that isn't going to be enough to secure that loan. You're going to have to convince some people that you are loan worthy and investment worthy. So maybe it's not the bank. Maybe you're going to a relative. Maybe you're going to someone in your community who has funding that they'd like to invest. Well, to convince them that you are the right person with the right idea who can pay them back and help them grow their wealth, that's going to require a good plan. So writing that plan as the next step. Going to the SBA website, I think that is a fantastic resource. Talking to fellow entrepreneurs, folks who've written plans, I think that would be a huge benefit to you. As you go along this process and you're jotting down your plan and creating it, and you come across any issues, use this community of YouTube. Put some, I'll point down, right? Down below. Put some messages down below. Let me know if you're struggling or the things that were easy for you. Let's get this out there. Let's start talking about developing these plans and executing the plans. Now, the components, the major components that you're going to see in a marketing plan. It's going to vary, right? The major components are always there, but quite honestly, your business plan, you might write it on the back of a napkin at a bar, right? You sit down and you jot down some ideas, and that's your business plan. You might sit at your computer with the SBA website open and figure out all the different components. Either way, it's a plan. Both can probably be improved. Both can guide you, but you can see maybe a little more effort and energy might get you a little closer to solving some of those problems. The major components that you're going to find in a business plan. You're going to have a marketing strategy, an entire marketing plan. Inside there, you may have a SWOT analysis. Don't get intimidated by all these terms. You can learn them as you go. Really what you're doing is you're trying to look at your competition, you're looking at your own internal strengths, and you're looking at how you're going to bring your product to the marketplace. That's part of your marketing plan. You're going to forecast your revenues. How much money do you think is coming in? How much money do you forecast going out? How much money are you going to need over what period of time to make your business successful? And these are the spreadsheets, right? These are the numbers where you're forecasting what you think might happen. How is an investor interested in this? Well, they're going to look at those numbers and they're going to look at your business viability. They're going to question your logic. They're going to look at your business savvy in terms of being able to map out this plan. And then they might invest in you and your business. The last element I want to talk about is probably the most important. It's the executive summary. This is that front page, the cover page of your entire business plan. Now, I'm not quite sure if the SBA website tells you the order to write these in, but I will tell you, write this last. Your executive summary should be the last thing that you write. Here's the reason. Go back to your school days. You're writing papers for a teacher, right? English paper, math paper, doesn't matter. When you're writing the paper, some people have such a hard time to get started because they start with the introduction. Well, how are you going to introduce something you haven't written yet? My advice for writing a paper, right? Any school paper, any academic paper, write the body first. Tell us what's going on. Answer the big questions. And then come back and write that introduction and tell us what you're going to say. The same with a business plan. Write the body of it first. Come back and write that conclusion next. Realizing who your audience is. In my opinion, there is only one purpose for that cover page, right? That executive summary on the front. And that is to get the reader to turn the page. Get them interested. To talk in their language, to talk in what's in it for them, right? What's their priority? So that they turn that page and they find out more about how you can help them. All right, folks, so this has been my introduction to writing your business plan. Take a look at the resources I've provided. Again, ask me any questions you have so I can continue to answer them and help you develop to that entrepreneurial spirit. If you like what you heard today, please like, subscribe, and share this like crazy. And I can't wait to hear how you're applying these out in the real world.